Hey guys, it's JJ here from 8-Ray Group and also The Green Room. We've got another episode of our Green Room podcast, and today, so excited to have these guys along, the Cinelli Brothers.
Thank you.
So please introduce yourselves.
I'm a Cinelli brother. Number one, my name is Marco. I come from Italy, near Rome. Before you ask, I'll tell you already. Near. And this is my brother. You can do the introduction by...
Yes.
I love your mic
Himself.
technique as well, Marco.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Wait until you see mine. I'm Cinelli brother number 2. My name is Alessandro, and I'm also like my brother from very close to Rome. And together, we are the Cinelli Brothers.
Amazing. Thank you, guys. So I think for people that don't know you, to start off with, it'd be really cool to go through the Cinelli Brothers, the band, what it consists of, the type of music, and maybe the history and the background of the Cinelli Brothers. Did I say that with... Hey?
It was proper.
Felt it.
Proper. I felt it. Thank you. So, we are a band made of 4-piece, based in London, United Kingdom. The core of the band is me and my brother, who also created the band a few years back.
A few years back? How long?
Okay, there is an official news and an unofficial news,
Yes.
you know. Officially, we are together since 2018, okay?
Yeah.
Yep.
Although we were already doing gigs, not with official name, but me and my brother were doing gigs already prior to 2018. I think one of the first gigs is 2016 even, but one time we went on stage with the name Chen, as in Chin, and Alley as the back alley,
yeah.
you know, like you're trying to find a name like Chin Alley, stuff like that. The Cinelli Brothers as a brand, as a band, officially kicking is 2018. That's what's written on the drum skin anyway, so
Must be true.
must be true.
Okay, and so the type of music? What do you
The
guys
type
play?
of music we do the good music, luckily, because there are two types of music only, the good music and the bad music.
Bad music.
Luckily for us, we happen to do the good music.
Okay. Any specific genre on the good music?
Yeah, you reply to this.
Sure. I'm happy to reply to this. Let me show you one more time my microphone technique. I mean, genres, we've been influenced, you know, like by a lot of different things through the years. We studied a lot of different kind of music in the past, from jazz to blues and soul, and I think all of them are an influence in what we do. There's an element of country music, there's an element of blues, there's a strong element of soul, of course, there's, you know, pop elements. It's a big mix of a lot of things, but definitely rooting the traditional sound of American British music, you know, like from, I don't know, 50s and then 60s and 70s.
Okay, amazing.
Yeah.
We play pop,
Yes.
in short.
You play pop.
Yes, that's
Okay.
what we do.
But we sound very old.
So, okay, so you have so Marco, you play guitar
Yes.
and lead vocals
Yeah.
and keys.
Yeah.
And Ale, you're the drummer.
Yes, I am.
However, what I love about your shows, and just to give a bit of background, we've known each other for a few years. You've done some gigs for 8-Ray. However, I'm a fan. I'm just a fan of your music. And what I love about what you guys do is the entertainment, the value of the entertainment factor. You guys mix it up. Talk to me about, like, you all play different instruments. You mix it up in your show.
Yeah, obviously the show is a crucial point to stand out, I think, if you're an unknown band, unless you have like bangers, as in songs that will put you in the chart. But imagine you are like an unknown band, a startup band, you know. We decided to, because it comes easy to us, to put on a great show.
Yeah.
Which is, yeah, it wasn't like this before. I used to do like more dance moves or talk to the crowd, experiment more stuff. But the fact that it came easy to us after the pandemic was like that at a certain point of the show, someone would grab another instrument and play it and surprise the audience like, oh, this is new. Oh, like another setup, you know?
Because didn't you learn keys?
I learned
during
keys, yeah.
COVID?
Yeah, there was a lot of time.
And now that's a that's a big element in your show.
Yeah, you're right.
Because then you've got Jay, your guitarist,
Yeah.
who then you can like, okay, bring the piano.
Yeah,
in.
we are 3 guitar players in the band. Then there's me, and I play keys, and I ended up playing more keys than guitar in the show.
Yeah.
And then there's the harmonica player, which is Tom JJ,
Yeah.
who actually plays a lot of guitar now.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah,
Left-handed, right?
Yeah.
Plays an SG.
Yes.
He's so sick.
It's sick.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And then the other thing for me, what really is exciting about the band is you mix it up, you get on so well as a band. And I think for us, for me and the listeners, we do a lot of promoting the next generation of talent, right? And
Yes.
I think it's, for us, that's why it's so special to have you guys on, because I think you guys are such inspiration, influence to the next generation, because you are a core band, right? And you get on with each other, but there's also issues in a band like that. Do you want to talk about how hard is it to be in a band and keep consistent with the
Sure.
relationship, not just the creative?
Sure. It is a very demanding task in certain points, especially when you tour as much as we've been doing for the past couple of years. Because all of a sudden, everybody knows the great side of being a band, which is going out as a unit. You walk in a room, people do realize you're in the same team. There's something cohesive, and you share a lot with these guys. It turns out to be like almost like a brotherhood, or very close to what that could be. But at the same time, you need to learn how to respect certain things, because everybody needs some time off, especially if you don't have a lot of sleeping or downtime. At times you can be edgy, so you need to understand and really learn how to deal one another.
Sure.
And that's the biggest issue that, at least for me, that I had to face in the past year, especially because we did a lot of traveling, a lot of shows, was not to get frustrated perhaps with certain things or certain way of saying things, just because when you're tired or on edge, you cannot just keep it cool all the time, and that's only reasonable, really. But
And with that, then, how is the relationship with the brothers, you two? Is it solid? Have you had?
We are solid, yeah. I mean, yeah.
yeah, it was solid.
We.
But has there been difficult times? Have you been, like in the past, have you had to like have a conversation to actually together to realize, to make it work, right? You've got to.
Yeah, the brothers in bands sometimes ends very like a lot of discussion. Like think about the Gallagher brothers,
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, for example.
They're not talking anymore, I don't think.
That's
but,
what I say. I don't know what that jazz.
Yeah, yeah.
We never reached that point. We have a great sympathy. We have a great feeling together, like brotherhood, like brotherly love, and we never reach a point where if we surpass the line, we say, okay, wait a minute, let's go back. Like, okay, let's analyze what happened here,
Yeah, of course.
And we talked it over a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
To not ever, there's no way to reach a point of if we respect each other, and it's great.
I do feel like there's been some key points here and there throughout the years, like 2 or 3 episodes that really made us, like getting closer and growing together, and, like understanding each other a lot better as well, like.
Yeah. But like you said, it's communication, right? It's important.
Yeah, I need to be honest, and it's bad to say this, but treating like a band in the best possible ways is like treating a business in the best possible way. I say it's bad because you never want to put business in the band,
Yeah.
But who is a good chief? I'm asking you this question. Who is a good chief in a great enterprise?
I would say. I mean, you've got to respect the big guys, the Jeff Bezos, the Steve Jobs, the Mark Zuckerbergs of the world have built great teams.
Great teams, yeah.
Right, great teams. They're ruthless in decision making. I don't know what their values are like, but ultimately, to build something from nothing Do you know what I mean? And the
Yes.
stories are real, and this is what I love about you.
In terms
guys.
of virtues, or in terms of what do you mean? Something concrete.
like whatever it is, a product or whatever they're trying to produce, and their main vision is, right.
Yeah,
from,
right.
From even the creative and the design,
Yeah.
to then actually getting the resource, the funding, putting the right people
Yeah.
in the right place to grow a company. That's really tough, and it's the same, like you say.
Yeah, it's a little. It is a little environment of faith.
exactly.
Yes.
That's what
I
the
like
teamwork. Yeah.
But what I see in you guys, which again is just like an inspiration and actually reality to the next generation here, is that you guys, it is music and it's your passion, but you have to treat it as a business, and every day you are working your socks off. I know, I can see it.
Yeah, that's
and
why.
we've had conversations, right?
Yeah.
I'd like you to talk about that as a business. How do you run Cinelli Brothers? Like, you have roles, right, in the band, and
Yes.
you do this. But what's the typical week, and what are your roles within the band?
We developed our tasks in time, so we didn't wake up and we haven't assigned to each other this and that. You know, naturally we had more predisposition for something. For example, I'm more predisposition in producing music, curate the artistic side in the sense of like arrangements or like the show.
Yeah.
And my brother is a great taste and gift for like editing videos, graphic designer. He's a long patience for like stupid things like driving a van.
Yeah.
And be focused and driving the van for hours and then play the gig at night. Load in, load out. We're absolutely like hard workers, the both of us, you know. We can support a lot of heavy load and no problem. And what else? Administration, maybe I curate some part of administration, he does other. He deals with the bookings, but I also deal in other aspects of the public relations.
Nice.
So I will report.
Yeah.
And this is something very nice I would like to say, is that when you have a brother, though, not everything needs to be laid down, you know? Not everything. Because I know already, I don't know if I overhear or if I just see him, the way he reacts after a meeting, I know exactly where he's going. And it's a lot of saved time because we are in symbiosis, you know what I mean? It feels like when he does a meeting, I also did a meeting. You see what I mean? That's great.
That's amazing. That's such a good thing, and that's what's difficult with building a team. So you've got the trust. You know each other.
No, it's more than trust. It's
Right.
a
Just,
fifth
It's-
sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
And that's blood, brothers, genetic, whatever.
Yeah.
However, for me, my challenge is building a team where it's the trust again, and also the bond,
Yeah.
and that sense of like, oh, can you read my mind, and that But I love that. And so, what about the other guys? Do the other guys play a part in the business?
They're amazing performers, and
Yeah.
they make sure that we look like as a whole.
Yep.
You know, they really deliver the bandship. I don't know if it's an existing word, but you understood
I love
me.
that.
Yeah, the bandship.
Yeah, I like
They
that.
really deliver it,
Yeah.
and they're amazing. And people love our band members as equal as they love us too, or even more sometimes. You know, and
Yeah.
this fills us with joy
Yeah.
to see such a great.
Yeah.
Like they give us a lot.
And
they
also,
give us
like when they, you can feel their satisfaction when they receive certain comments. You know, like at the beginning, everything starts as a bit uncertain and blah blah blah. But then in time, they gain the confidence of the audience and the crowd and the friends, and you can tell that they make this like their own.
Amazing.
And this is very rewarding for me, my brother.
Special.
Yes.
Yeah. Also, yeah, we value their choices because ultimately we need to make choices, yeah?
Yeah.
But me and my brother, before we make a choice, we would like to hear from everybody.
Yeah.
Still, you know,
Yeah.
even though it's clear, because they might, more than once they suggested something that it was like, actually, let me rethink, you know?
And so with that then, and respecting their views, and being a team, bandship, when it comes to writing and the creative process, do you write together as a four, or is it literally you two and you're the leaders and you're like, right guys, this is the song, or a bit of both? Like, how does it?
I think that.
We did a bit of. What, you want to reply to this?
No, go for it.
We did a bit of everything. There was a moment where I created a song and imposed. Say, this is a song. This is the arrangement.
Yeah.
Even I record a little bass part for you to hear it.
Nice.
But then that was the beginning, right? And now what I like the most is just where everybody contributes in the writing. I would love everybody equally to contribute in the writing. Either in the same song or like one brings a song.
Yeah.
And anyway, the great part is when we arrange it. If we arrange it for the whole band as a quartet, it always comes out as like very powerful.
Amazing.
See?
Yeah.
They can all write. I can write music and lyrics. My brother's a great lyricist, and of course he knows a little bit about rhythm.
Just a bit.
Just a bit. And when Tom JJ, when he writes, he's got the grit. The song is already there. You know, just needs a few arrangements. In his simplicity, doesn't need any work, and he's perfect cut.
So then when you've written a song and you record it in the studio or at home or whatever, you do involve them playing their parts though.
Yeah.
It's not like you playing all the parts and you.
It had happened.
Yes.
It had happened.
But now.
No, priority is just to play the band. The same way, because if people love the way we do it live,
Yeah, I was going to ask that.
we capture that frame. We capture that moment in a studio. So this is interesting because the way our band works is different than any other bands, of course, because every band is different. But for us, we are a band that before we own a sound and a song, we need to play it several times. We are not like the typical like great session players that 2 takes and is done, you know?
Yeah.
We need to play for, let's say, several times, like 1 good month of gigs, you know, before we really, when we don't think anymore and we let breathe. And so that's what we do. We compose a song, we try it on sound check for like several days. When we think it's good enough to play live, maybe a venue that is not 600 people, a venue that's 150 people, you know, we play it live for the first time.
Yeah.
And this would pleases the audience anyway, pleases us. We listen to record, we play like 1 month, 2 months before going to the studio and recorded it. When we are in the studio, we don't think about who's gonna do what. It's there. It's there. 1 take or 2 takes. It's there.
But that's a real band. That's what it's about, right?
It is.
So last year, Ali, you said you did 270 shows before we started filming.
Yes.
270 shows last year.
Yes.
Like, any just key highlights of last year? Any cool gigs? And then I'd love to like what's happening this year as well is my second question. But,
Sure.
So what happened last year?
It was a very intense year, but we had some incredible shows. I feel like there's been not only one very good American tour,
Amazing.
which is definitely an highlight for us, I believe, since we were, growing up as musicians. Like the dream is to go to the US and tour,
Yeah, of course.
and not to lose money on it, like, wait a second, what's going on here, and that's definitely a highlight. And then we did some great festivals in Europe. We did a very big pop festival in the Netherlands called Boss Pop.
Okay.
And again, great. We Toto were playing on the same night. We met Still Lukather backstage. Like you have a taste of something different.
Yeah.
And we did Blues in Belgium.
Okay.
It's another massive historical like festival. Stevie Ray Vaughan played there. Coco,
Wow.
like you name it, they played it. And we did that. And on top of that, like on the first tour in Germany, we closed the tour with a live recording of Rock Palace. Now, I wasn't familiar with this before, so I'm just quickly gonna say what it is. Rock Palace was a series of live concerts streamed on television and radio through they started in the 60s, I believe, 60s or 70s.
Yeah.
And if you go on the Wikipedia, page, and you see the number of artists from A to Z, like ZZ Top is the last one, of course, but you see a lot. Stevie Ray, like Johnny Edgar Wynn, everybody played this, and we did too. So yes, there were a lot of highlights.
And what would you say were the key learnings from the talk from the gigs last year? I always love to kind of reflect on the year, right? You did 270 shows.
Yes.
Surely you learned some things in the band, whether it's technically, musically, creatively, being together as a band on tour. What are the key learnings, and then how are you because you want to take that to this year, right?
Yeah, I think for me the key learning was like the moment you're in the performance can influence a lot. You yourself in your performance and the guys around you. So sometimes you feel under pressure, but it's very important to always be present in the moment. And sometimes you feel like you're not delivering the way you would love to, but it doesn't mean that the delivery is not there. So don't be too much, autocritical for myself.
Hard
That
on
was
yourself,
the thing.
yeah.
And realize that, yes, you can make a difference, but also you have three musketeers on the other side that will make you sound good. So,
Love that.
Yes.
You, Marco?
Personally, I think, it's the endurance, the aspect of the endurance, which are obviously expanded, right? We are more resistant to hard working and playing live and delivery every night. So that is something that I cherish, having inherited for last year touring, and I want to keep this endurance for having better performances this year, for example.
Wow.
And there is something that has changed also. I wanted to have a year of touring because you're a musician, right? So you can understand a year of touring or a moment of touring that would change permanently the way you perform on stage, like really. And I think something has happened last year.
Wow.
I think 270 gigs, delivering to the max with all the problems that every gig may cause, like before and again, something has changed in my way of approaching the crowd, the way I perform. I realized that when I was doing some studio work in a completely random style, and the way I fuss less about things and I just play, and I'm more like the guitar player I always wanted to be. I'm closer, and I would never be one, but I'm closer to someone who thinks less about things, but is more effective, is more, he's got a soul, he's got a style, is going toward that direction more, And this last year was really something that broke several walls for many of us.
That's amazing. And without these shows, you wouldn't be able to progress like this.
Totally. It's 100% true.
I truly back that. And I think that's what, again, the message is, right?
It is,
For
yeah.
an up-and-coming band, you can, writing and producing in your bedroom and doing it all and creative stuff, but you have to play. You have to get out there, because it's not. It's the whole thing that you're learning. It's the logistics, getting to the gig, setting up, and then you feel a bit down and you feel you haven't got the energy, but you still have to perform, right? And then you have to bring it out. What are you doing with the other band members? How can you get each other fired up for it, right?
Yeah.
And the consistency of that, and then also, okay, my vocals are feeling bad. What do you do?
Yeah.
Well,
No, deliver.
well
You deliver.
you got to deliver.
You
But
deliver.
you only learn this resilience if you do 270 shows. And my thing here is like hard work. You still have to work hard.
Yeah.
Everything you do, you have to work hard. But I'm saying, like, as an up-and-coming band, you have to work hard.
No, we feel the same. We feel the same. Like we did 270 shows, and someone may think, "Oh, that's it." Like we just got started now. Now we did 270 shows to get to the point where we are like, now I'm keen to show you what I can do.
So now this year, how many shows? You want to get more or more
I think it's
quality,
impossible.
or-
No, I agree. I don't think we will be able to do more, because it's, as much as we love performing live and learning what we do, we also, body and mind also need time to rest.
Yeah,
And you
right.
need to take care of other side of the business anyway. So you cannot just do that. And so we would like to play less, actually.
Yeah.
But not because we don't want to play as much. It's just a change of strategy, I would say. You see, instead of pushing to place the band in a place of recognition internationally, this year we would like to focus on a different kind of growth. And to do that, we need more time available to record, to write, to push other directions, you know?
Okay, great. So 2025.
Yep.
What are the main goals for 2025? So less gigs, but more in the studio writing. Are you releasing anything? What's the
Yeah, we
plan?
just released a new single last week.
Yep.
And the idea is we're gonna release a new single every month until the end of the year. So we are doing actually studio sessions every month and a half, 2 months. We record 3 or 4 songs, we release them in time, and to get to December with an album or a really like a strong basic form of what is going to be the next record of the Cinelli Brothers, from almost exactly the Cinelli Brothers to this is the Cinelli Brothers kind of thing, you know.
Amazing, yeah.
And we know exactly what we're best at, and so this is the plan.
And can I ask, Cinelli Brothers, amazing music, touring lots, but as a business, is the Cinelli Brothers funding your lives? Is it?
We are. It's
you
very
Cinelli
delicate.
Brothers
It's very
like
delicate, yeah.
full time?
Yeah. There's no other way. If you are full time, you need to really invest all your body and soul into it. Sadly, at this stage, you must agree with me. The enterprise of like in the music industry at this stage for bands that are started, new bands, is the least favorable business ever. You see, the money is the last thing you'll see. You know,
It's tough.
it's tough. It's so tough.
It's so tough. However, the world needs bands and people like you to give joy and happiness to the world. And I still feel that live,
Yeah.
and you guys are a live performance band. Will trump. Will come good.
Yeah. I mean,
It's just hard.
It is
Because
hard.
I understand, and I'm not too savvy in the technical and the ins and outs of the numbers with the streaming and this, record sales. But it's tough, right?
It is
Tough to make money out of.
It is tough. You know, before saying, like, instead of saying it is tough with the money, which is pretty obvious, what I would say we found out is it is tough with administrating at best the time, because a lot of valuable time goes out with us in composing, practicing, playing live, which is actually the main goal why we are doing this. Okay?
Yeah.
Take that 60% of our time in the Cinelli Brothers goes in actual performing, practicing, singing, composing, producing music, right? Yeah. And then you have 40% of the time left to do the best business or the best choices you've got, you know? Because you can find infinite possibilities to make money at this stage.
Yeah.
You can find. You think about something, but we also have little businesses within the Cinelli Brothers on the side that but the thing is, they take time. Because even if you launch a digital product, this digital product needs to be followed. Yeah. You need to do video reels to promote the product. It eats up all your time. Yeah. So the thing is that, do we pick from that sacred 60% to give more time to the business? We always reply, no, because that's what we do in the first place. Yeah. It is a hard life, but eventually that's the choice we would do, because it is a hard life economically, but it gives so much pleasure on the other side. So much pleasure. Like, I think if you're a musician and you love to tour, you love to play, there's nothing more fulfilling than a band that everything is squared at the end of the day.
Yeah,
you know?
love it.
That's it.
Okay, so last question is, so for any aspiring up-and-coming band, which, what would your advice be?
Oof. There's a lot of things. First of all, the passion, the love of music, the love of what you do, learn from others, take from others, and in time it will be your own way of doing things. And there's not a secret formula, something that works for everybody in the same way. So you need to find your place, your strategy, your way of doing things. But I would say enjoy the process as much as you can, because certain things they never go back. You know, like right now we're on a stage. Like I feel like the crowd or some of our fans, they, I don't know, sometimes they say things that are so fulfilling and now I have the chance to enjoy this moment with them, and maybe I won't have this anymore, you know. And so learn as much as you can, and you know, it's not all in the money at first, especially, you know. There's a lot of work to be done. Work hard.
Yeah.
Work hard. If you have an intuition, follow it, because nobody knows better than yourself what is your place into things. And of course, listen to others. But you know,
Yeah. Love it.
if you have a sixth sense, go for it.
And Sixth Sense? What about you, Marco?
Sixth Sense.
No, just
Uh,
what about you? What about
I think
advice?
I agree with my brother entirely. I think what I would like to say to the bands, to the new bands, is just enjoy your pub gig like it is the arena you're dreaming of, because that's the present is the most important thing for a band. When you're playing live, this is it at every stage, you know. And because I'm telling you, the most difficult thing is to preserve that spark that makes you dream. When everything is set, when everything is well rolled, when everything is, you have a team that works for you, everything, this spark tends to get to dim out, you know. And preserve that spark of wanting to play live in a bar, in a pub, in a small venue, with two people but two good fans. You know, this is it. You made it. You know, that's the moment where you should shine the most, and not thinking, why am I playing small venues? Why am I using?
Why there's only 30 people?
This is the luxury. This is one day. This will be a luxury, I think.
I love it, man. Guys, thank you. And just lastly from me, I think these guys prove that, you know, success, these guys are successful. They are touring all the shows, performing their own music. They're brothers. They have a brotherhood with two other guys, and they're doing what they are passionate, and they love what they do. They're treating it like a business. That's the big learning for you guys. It's a case of, yes, there's passion, but be real as well. You have to treat things, this is a business, and there has to be, and what Marco said about it's your own, you treat it like a business. Everyone has their role. Okay, so I think that's really cool. Play the pubs. I love that vibe. Guys, work hard. I think hard work. These guys work so hard. I've known them for years. They are gigging all the time. They are writing all the time. Their thoughts are they are in. They are 100% in. Okay? There's no plan B for these guys. It's Cinelli Brothers all the way. And I love that. I love these guys. Please check them out. Cinelli Brothers on Instagram. You're everywhere, right?
Yeah, we might.
Yeah. Okay, everywhere. And they're going to be gigging. They're going to be releasing music. Please follow them. And thank you so much. Ale,
Thank you,
Marco,
JJ.
and JJ, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you.